The camera opens on a quiet stretch of road just before sunrise. There's a low hum in the distance, and before you even see it, you feel it, the unmistakable rumble of a Mustang. And today, we're taking a closer look at the 2026 Mustang GT, a car that's carrying one of the most iconic names in American performance into a new era. This isn't just another refresh or minor update. This is Ford doubling down on what makes a Mustang, while adding just enough modern engineering to keep pushing its legacy forward. As the car rolls into frame, the first thing that hits you is how aggressive it looks. Ford has kept the long hood, the forward-leaning stance, and that signature muscular profile, but everything is sharper, tighter, more intentional. The front fascia is bolder, with narrower LED headlights that seem to glare at you, almost daring you to look away. The grille is slightly enlarged compared to last year's model, not just for aesthetics but for airflow and cooling. And those aerodynamic lines running along the sides aren't just for show, they're shaping air in ways that help the GT stay planted at high speeds. Walking around the back, you still get the triple bar taillights, a Mustang trademark, but now with a more sculpted look. The quad exhaust setup is still present, and yes, it sounds every bit as glorious as you'd hope. It's a deep, throaty growl that reminds you this car isn't pretending to be anything other than a proper American muscle machine, even as the world leans further into electrification. Under the hood, Ford continues to refine its legendary 5.0-liter Coyote V8. For 2026, the GT pushes its power numbers even higher, thanks to updated internals, revised tuning, and more efficient cooling. The result is a car that feels more responsive across the entire RPM range. Whether you're cruising on the highway or hammering it down a straight, the throttle response is tighter and smoother. Ford has clearly worked to make this engine feel alive, and it shows. And for the purists, yes, the 6-speed manual is still here. Ford knows exactly how important that is to the Mustang identity, and shifting through the gears feels as satisfying as ever. If you want the automatic, it's available and quicker, but there's something special about rowing your own gears that no paddle shifter can replace. Inside, the 2026 GT blends nostalgia with advanced tech. The cockpit is driver-focused, giving you that familiar snug, performance-oriented feel. The dual-screen layout, introduced in recent models, has been refined with smoother animations and more customizable displays. Whether you want a traditional gauge look or a futuristic performance readout, it's all right there at your fingertips. The materials feel more premium this year, with upgraded stitching, better seat bolstering, and a more solid feel to every button and dial that still exists in the cabin. Ford seems committed to keeping the interior tactile and engaging without turning everything into a touchscreen like so many other brands have done. On the road, the 2026 Mustang GT feels both raw and refined, a balance that's surprisingly hard to achieve. The steering is precise, giving you plenty of feedback without feeling heavy. The new suspension tuning helps the car corner flatter and with more control, but it doesn't beat you up on rough pavement. For a performance-focused vehicle, it maintains everyday comfort, which makes it a realistic daily driver if you want your commute to have a bit more attitude. The MagneRide adaptive suspension, if you opt for it, practically transforms the car. In normal mode, it's smooth and manageable. Switch into sport or track settings, and suddenly the GT becomes sharper, more alert, and ready to push its limits. But one of the best parts of driving this car is how connected it feels. Modern performance cars can sometimes be so packed with electronics that they lose a bit of their soul. The Mustang GT doesn't have that problem. Even with its updated tech and improved stability systems, the car still feels analog in the ways that matter. You feel the road, you feel the engine, you feel the weight shift when you take a corner hard. It reminds you why driving can be fun, and why cars like this still have a place in an increasingly digital world. As the sun rises and the car cruises along the empty road, it becomes clear that the 2026 Mustang GT isn't trying to be a European sports car or a high-tech future machine. It's embracing its heritage, big V8, bold styling, rebellious personality, while elevating its performance and technology just enough to stay relevant in a changing automotive landscape. It's a car for enthusiasts, for people who want more than just transportation. They want sound, feeling, drama, personality. And the 2026 GT delivers all of that without compromise.